What's going on, y'all? This is Salty Rad, aka Star-Lord, and on today's episode of How to Factions, I'm going to show you 4 different regen walls that you can build for your base. Some of them are easy to build, but in the end, the effort's worth it. Now this one right here is what we call Mindchat regens. The concept was created by a guy named Mindchat, and it was made for the sole purpose to make it harder to bust them. Second wall that I'm going to teach you is regen filters. Now I know some of you already may know how to do this, but you know, some people are new to factions, they don't know this stuff. So the third I'm going to show you is diagonals. And then the fourth and final one that I'm going to teach you in today's episode are 45 regens. Let's get into how to build them. So for the first setup, for the mind chats, start off like you normally would with ginning in regen walls, ginning in the structure of them first. But instead of just having one block, 2 air blocks, 1 block, 2 air blocks, you're going to add these 2 extra blocks right here. And then do the same thing that you do making regens. Start off with your lava. Let that fall to the ground. And just for the sake of making things look neat, let's clean this up a bit when it falls. And there. Trust me, you're gonna want to put some slabs on where the lava is falling out like this, because if you don't, it's just gonna cause one huge mess when you try to gin it in. And if you're generating a lot of these in, then you're probably going to spend about a good 15-30 minutes mining up all that extra cobble that you don't need. Crap. 1 second. There we go. Now, after you're done doing that, pour water over it. Now that it's done ginning in, get rid of your water and prepare for the next step. Which is why I have this color coded over here for y'all. So basically, where you see all the redstone blocks, that's telling you that you're going to put all lava sources in there. That's why I kind of color coded this for you. Where you see the red stained glass, that's telling you that you only need a lava source at the top. And where you see the lapis block, that's telling you where you need to put your water sources at. So that's what we're going to do right here. Break this. Let's clean up the lava, let that fall. Now, what you can do in your meantime while you're waiting for this to fall is top it off with some obsidian. Because a favorite spot for a lot of candidates to want to bust in is the top part of the wall. Because obviously, sometimes people don't realize it, but they place their water too close to the wall, which allows them to be able to 255 it and push the water into the top. And then they can just hybrid from top to bottom, busting it like that. So anyways, while that's falling, oh, it's done falling. Okay. Well, let's just go ahead and do this then. So, fill in your spots where it didn't gin at. From top to bottom, you're going to place a lava source on every single block, just like I had it color coded over there for you. Just like that. You're going to do that on every single pillar that's on this wall. Don't do this on the double pillars, because then you'll defeat the purpose. So just like that. And then right here on these double pillars, lava source at the top. Now I'm going to show you where to place your water sources. But first I have it set up like this, because I want to show y'all that do not, and I repeat, do not put your water sources right up against the wall. Because if they end up breaking these blocks up here, then that water is just going to flow right out into the lava and then turn your lava into obsidian. And then all they have to do is just keep doing that from top to bottom till they get to the level they need to just cannon right through. So what you want to do is, let me get rid of these water sources right here. What you want to do is come out one more, just like that. Alright, for the insides right here, just bring it in, bring it in, bring it in, okay? Yeah. Let's go. You want to place your water sources 2 blocks away like that. Now, this way, the lava can still flow out and regen by touching the water, but you're not going to have your water flowing on top of this cobble block if they break this piece of obsidian up here. That means they can't just, you know, lazily regen bust your mine shaft. Now, this also means that they can't just sit there and stack 255 sand up to this limit and take out your water sources either, because your water sources are 1 back. Alright, so now that y'all get the idea of this, let's go over here to the regen filters and I'll show y'all how to do that. Alright, so to start off with, start 1 block above, like this. Then skip a block, pillar to the side, skip a block, pillar to the side, so on and so forth. And then, if you have it close to your platform like this, you know, you can either place obsidian or some slabs right there to keep the lava from, or the water from flowing into the lava when you place that. Anyways, start by placing your lava. Let's just do this right here to keep everything neat, because I don't like everything going everywhere. Alright, start by placing your lava on every single block. Remember, that's why I have it color coded for y'all. Everywhere where you see red, you're going to put lava. Now, instead of using redstone blocks when you build your base, I mean, obviously you're going to want to use another block. And I recommend using obsidian for these. So place your lava on every single block of the filter. And after that, you're going to want to come over here, and just like I said over there with your water sources, come out 2 blocks. That way they can't just bust them at 255 lazily. They actually got to work for it. And also, for the sake of keeping everything neat, let's just do this right here. That should do it. Place your water. And that's it. That's how you do filters. Now, normally 1 set of these are pretty good, but 2 sets are even better. And the way you're going to make 2 sets is you're going to be doing the same thing, but instead of having them match each other back to back, you're going to basically come up not 1, not 2, but 3. So you're going to mix match them, just like that. So that way, if they are able to fusion through, then they're going to end up hitting these filters. So they're going to have to bust one of them. So I always recommend building at least 2 of them. Alright, now to show you how to build the third wall. Just like over there, have them color coded. You're going to place lava. Wait, first, I forgot to say that when you build them diagonal like this, you got to place them a certain space apart from each other, so that way when you gen them in, you don't get them all fucked up. So you're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks from the next block over where you're going to be genning at. So make sure you're at least 7 blocks. So let's place our lava. Place it on these. And just like I said with over there, you might as well place some slabs so that way you don't get everything ginning all messed up and stuff. You don't have to be cleaning up a whole bunch of cobble. Start replacing your slabs. Do the same thing over here. Alright. Now just get your water and gen them all in. Once those are genned in, take off the water. Clean up this right here. Get rid of the lava. Same thing. Same thing, get rid of the lava. Alright, let that fall down. And we're good. So, fill in your blocks. Now, remember, lava source on every single block of the pillar. It's important that you do that. Because if you don't, then it's not going to regen. And make sure you take your time with it too, because if you accidentally skip a block, you might get that one cannoner that gets lucky enough to cannon that one spot and be like, oh, that doesn't regen. This is going to be easy. Yeah, you don't want that. Now, instead of doing it on every single pillar, though, with the diagonals, you're going to skip a pillar. Because it's going to be lava, water, lava, water. Now, place your water, every other pillar. And the next step, instead of using water, I guess some water flew into that lava and gemmed some stone in, causing that to happen. Oh well, it happens. Place your lava on every single block, top blocks. And for the sole purpose of this not getting messy any more than it is, let me block this lava flow off. And that's it right there. So now if they try to sand stack and regen bust your regen, they're not going to be able to do it in the conventional manner because they're not going to be pushing water into lava. They're going to be pushing lava into lava, or lava into water. And so they're gonna have a hard time canning this, trust me. And basically you just did what I did right here and do the same thing on the next set and the next set. And this is kind of how you want to line them up. Because they got a bust right here, they got a bust right there, they got a bust right here, they got a bust right there, which means, again, they got to move their cannon or they got to have a floating barrel to get through these. And for the fourth and final set of the wall for today's episode is going to be your 45 regions. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to map it out just like this, staircase it, and then you're going to want to come out however wide your wall is going to be. For the sole purpose of making this quick, I'll make this a little thin instead of too wide. You want to do it just like that. Now, this is what you're going to do on the top part of your base. Or if you're making a regen floor, you can do the upside down pyramid style. I could do that in another video. But what I will do is show you a way you can map out the 45 that will go under this 45. And what you're going to do with these 45s is think of it, if you turn it on its side and look at it as a diagonal, you're going to overlap them going up and down, just like you would the diagonals going sideways. Try to be a little quicker. Now remember, I don't recommend using lapis or redstone blocks. I'm just doing this to color code it for y'all so y'all know what needs to happen. Okay. Next, on the sides of your 45s, oh, by the way, when you do your 45s, make sure to come out one more than your actual wall width that you're trying to protect, because you're going to have to do this right here to keep lava from flowing out and making a mess. But cover up the corners like this right here, so that way when you place your lava, it doesn't flow out the sides. And for the purpose of it not making a mess, we're going to do that. And then place your lava at the top. That's all you need to do. For the lava, that is. And that lava will run down until it gets to the bottom. And then for your water, you're going to place a water source on every single block where I have it color coded for you. So going from bottom to top, and I do recommend going from bottom to top, because if you go from top to bottom, you might get confused where you place your water at. The textures might overlap and stuff. So you're going to do it just like this, bottom to top. Just like with the lava and the regens, you know, take your time. I'm trying to do it fast for y'all right now, just to kind of speed things up. But when you're actually doing them, take your time placing the water so you know you don't accidentally skip a block. Because the more water sources that they have to stack and take out, the more sand stacks it means they have to do. The more times they either have to move their barrel or change their floating barrel up. And that's it. Now to show you what happens when they break a block, that right there. They'll just regen back in. Also, guys, um, like I said in the beginning, this is episode 1. The next episode, I'll have 4 different regions to show you how to build, including bunny regions, blackie regions, mind chat filters, and one more. It's on the tip of my tongue and I can't think. And then I'll also do a few other episodes to show you how to cannon. I'll start with showing you how to build the Land Archer 40 stacker. And on another episode, I'll also show you how to build a 100 stacker. I'll also show you how to region bust. I'll show you how to hybrid correctly. Everything you need to know about cannoning for factions. So if you want to see more stuff like this, be sure to subscribe and learn a little bit about, you know, how to be better. Anyways, guys, this is Salty Rad, and I'm out. See you later.